What's going on, YouTube modeling community? Pappy here at West Georgia Rods and Customs. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the AMT second generation 2021 Bronco build. This is, I've got a lot done over the Christmas holidays, and I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday this year as far as Christmas and New Year's. Really appreciate all the comments and everything, and on all the videos that I posted during the Christmas holidays. So I hope this finds y'all as well. I hope y'all are sticking to your New Year's resolutions. I am so far. I'm doing pretty good. Made a few. Not going to tell you what it is. That way y'all can't holding me to it to keeping them. But one of them is producing a lot better quality builds and stuff for y'all this year. And hope y'all enjoy what I've got coming up for 2025. So far, during the holiday season, we got a lot done on this thing. Seriously, I've got the interior finished. We'll do another video on the interior and everything, and show y'all the final product of what I've got finished with it. We got the paint on the as far as on the body, everything as far as exterior color is sprayed. In the earlier videos, we showed you. I always and I rely. I always do a test spoon, and this is the color that I have chose right here. It's called Haze Gray. It's a TS 3032. Bad glare on the cap, Fred. And I went starting out with, and this is, I always do the test spoon first before I spray the final product on the body itself. So the first thing that we did was we spray with the light gray, which is the Tamiya fine service primer. I use strictly Tamiya products. I don't use any of the Rust-Oleum, Krylon, any of that hardware store paint. That's what that stuff's for. It is for stuff around the house. It's just not, it sprays too heavily. You can't control it like you do the Tamiya nozzles and stuff. So, 6.5 one, dozen of the other. Guys, use what you're comfortable with. I just prefer to use this right here, and I get the best results for me. But y'all do y'all, and you do you, boo, as I always say. But I can highly recommend this using the Tamiya products. So starting off with the gray primer, we sprayed that, let that dry overnight. Then we checked for any imperfections in the primer itself. Then we came back with a couple of coats of TS32, the Haze Gray, and we let that dry overnight. We bring it into the house, check it for impurities, as far as any nibs, dust nibs, things like that. And then after that is, as long as we have a good product there, we come over it with 3 coats of TS13 Clear. And I have questions all the time on Facebook media groups that, I spray all strictly Tamiya stuff, and it gets a little haze to it. Okay, well, that's fine. As long as you use the TS13 Clear, I'm going to show y'all how to polish this out. And anytime I do a test spoon, I do the same thing that I do to the bodies. I prime it, I base color it, and then I clear it. Then we come back and then we'll polish this out. I've hand rubbed all this out with the novice polish, and that you can see the reflection, the reflectivity that I get on that side as well as on this side as well. So we'll set the test spoon over here to the side. I was very satisfied with that. And I'm going to show y'all how I like to polish. There's 2 ways I like to do this. We've already got the hood laying right here. I'll show y'all. This is the body, and you can see there's just a little bit of haze in that clear. And I'm going to show y'all how to get that out right there. And that's just right there, the back end of it. So we're going to set this out of the way, but we're going to concentrate on the hood for right now. The products that I like to use anytime I polish, first thing I look for is any dust nibs. I didn't see anything in here, so I don't have to wet sand any of this. Now, I always get me these Q-tips right here, and I like using the Novice number 2 Fine Scratch Remover. This will polish to a high gloss, even if you hand rub it. Now the other things and what I'll do is I'll take this Q-tip and I'll dip it down in there, and I like to get it just get it all over the hood, just like that. And we'll take a little bit more. It don't take much now. I mean, you ain't got to squirt a great big glob on these things when you do it. Now, I use the novice polishing cloth as far as the paper pads that they come. Uh, Let me grab some right quick and I'll show y'all. This is the novice pads polishing mates that I like to use, and it's made. These pads are very soft, and they're made to polish the number 1, number 2, and number 3 polishes that Novice makes. I cut them into small squares like this, and they'll last me a lifetime. Now, I've already got this one kind of dampened. You kind of want them to be damp to begin with. I've already dampened it. What I'll do is I'll take the novice polish, and I'll kind of work it into from the backside like this, and I'm gonna leave that already pre-done or pre-lubed like that. And then what I can do, what it does, it actually wets the surface. Now I'll just take and fold that over just like that, and it's got a little polish embedded into the rag. And then I will sit here and I will polish this thing just like this with my finger. And it's you'll be amazed at how much of a gloss that this will just doing this will bring out the top coat of the clear. So we'll get that kind of worked in there, and I'm gonna show you. It does not take long to get this stuff to a high gloss finish. Let's do this high surface right here. And the other items, y'all probably wonder, why did I have my Dremel tool on the bench? Well, I'm gonna show y'all something, and it makes people cringe when I do this with a Dremel, and I polish with a Dremel sometimes. All right, now that we've got that, let me get these are just little soft polishing cloths that you can pick up at any automotive chain. As far as I think you can get these at Harbor Freight if I'm not mistaken, but they're very soft. They're like terry cloth, like you would like a t-shirt's made out of. And then once that stuff is you've rubbed it, it's kind of dried a little bit. You kind of want to keep this lubricated while you're polishing. Also, as far as the polishing cloth. These right here, you kind of want them to be wet, and you don't want that polish to dry out a lot. Now, take these soft cloths and just let the polish work for you. I'm not applying a lot of pressure on this, and you can see right there. You're starting to see the reflectivity from my lights on my workbench right now. Look at that. And this thing is going to polish out very quickly. Now I'm going to show y'all how I like to use my Dremel when I do this sometimes. Reason being, it's quicker than doing this with by hand. And I'm going to show y'all, and this y'all don't get cringy on me. And we'll get this wet down just a little bit more with the polish. And then I'm going to show y'all the high gloss finish that you can get out of Tamiya paint. A lot of people are just like, they're just so negative Nelly about, spending that extra money on using, hobby grade paint like Tamiya and all that. But when really you can use this stuff and you'll get a great result. Now this is the polishing pads that I like to use on my Dremel. This is one of the quick removal tools right here. But this is the Dremel pads that I use a lot, the 423Es. These are polishing cloths that just chuck into these quick removal tools. And this is a brand new one, so I'm gonna but you want to turn this thing on the lowest setting, You can barely, and I think I don't know what the lowest setting is, but it's very low. And then I just it's kind of messy. It's not, you're not going to put your eye out with the stuff, but it slings it a little bit. But I start out right here in these high spots, and what I'm doing is I'm building up a layer on the polishing pad itself, but I'm moving it. I'm not staying in one area. I'm not creating a swirl either. And then I'm gonna come down this little dip area right here. I'm gonna come around that little curve right there. And y'all are gonna see here in about just 2 seconds, as soon as I stop this and pull and get all this, you're gonna see what the difference is. If I don't drop everything off the bench first. Now I'll take my dry terry cloth, my dry terry cloth right here. And when I finish doing this, y'all are going to be like, wow, that's how he does it. Get this turned over. I'm going to get down in these cracks a little bit. This is kind of like a little crack down, not crack, but it's a recessed area on these Bronco hoods. I'm going to clean that edge off real good. I'm going to polish that lip up down through there. And if y'all check that out, that is the reflectivity off of my overhead lights right here. I mean, look at them. I mean, you can see I have lights all around my bench right here where I can check the progress. But my camera's not doing it justice right now, but this is a very shiny paint job. Very shiny. Am I pleased with it? Darn right I am. So let's get these corners done like that. And I'll show y'all the difference right here. Let me bring the, you can see the difference of the reflectivity from one to the other. You can see the pronunciation of the lights and stuff like that. But that's shiny. I'm very, very pleased with that. Now, if I wanted to go a step further, I would get some, I'd get some 6000 and wet sand this a little bit. Just take a little, knock a little of this haze out right here. Then come back with this fine scratch remover number 2 and buff that a little more, and it would be a mirror-like finish. And that's what I'm going to eventually do here as I work through my process right here. So, but I hope this debunks a lot of the mystery to doing a shiny finish on your models. This is just one. It's tried and true. It works for me. I hope it works for you, but give it a try. The first thing I would say is don't try it with the Dremel. Get you some of these novice polishing pads. You don't have to use these. I wouldn't suggest a paper towel. These are a lot softer than a paper towel. Paper towels can tend to kind of be abrasive, kind of like a sandpaper. So these are very soft to begin with out of the pack. Cut you some that are about 2 by 2 squares. Just saturate them with a little bit of the novice polish and start polishing them with your fingers, just like I did right there earlier. So, but anyhow, hope this helps everybody out in trying to get that high gloss finish that a lot of us that you see at the shows and stuff, and a lot of the builds that you see here on YouTube. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. It's Friday evening. I'm getting a little bit of polishing, a little bit of work done, a little bit more work done on this thing. And if y'all got any questions, feel free. Drop me a line down there at the bottom. I'll get you questions answered as quick as I can. As I always say, if y'all can dream it, build it. God bless y'all. Pappy out of here.